My name is Jen, and I am on a journey in order to break free from the destructive patterns of disordered eating and in order to embrace a nourishing lifestyle. My roadmap can be described using an acronym of the word Nourisher. So I'm doing daily video blog posts in order to encourage you, equip you, and keep you up to date on my progress. If this content is helpful or encouraging to you, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing with others. It is my deep desire that these videos would help to ignite nourishing transformations in us all. Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for my Nourisher Check In. You are on a walk with me, and I am totally sweaty, and I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. But first, let me do my check-in. So noticing my emotions today, here's what I've been thinking about that. So again, this whole idea that things on the outside have been great and good, and yet things on my inside are feeling really intense, really stirred, really sad, really needy. And I'm wondering, and I would love to get your feedback on this, you know, this idea, I remember the book To Eat or Not to Eat that I've mentioned several times before. Again, I'll put it in the additional comments area below. But remember they talked about the fact that often our relationship with food parallels our way in relationships with others. And I've been thinking about this as a binger. And I wonder if, I'm learning how to fight cravings to binge. And the way that I'm learning how to fight cravings to binge is by recognizing that there's feelings underneath those cravings and that I need to notice, I need to name in order to tame those feelings. And I need to open up to others, and I need to, do all these things that we're doing together in this nourishing lifestyle. Also, this idea that, the interaction with the food and with the binging is actually a much deeper issue, and the food isn't really the issue. It's what's going on inside of me and how I learn to manage that is the actual issue. So thinking about all of that, and then we also learned something, in rewiring my brain activities called urge surfing, recognizing that urges and cravings are like a wave. They're going to come, they're going to crest, they're going to get really strong, but that they will dissipate. And here's what I'm wondering. I've been thinking so much about the fact that so many of, the times that I crave to binge, or I crave food, or I crave to restrict is when I'm feeling emotional pain, disconnection, and loneliness, and have really basically summarized in attachment pain. But could I also be experiencing, could the overwhelming urge for attachment and attunement and connection, or someone to embrace me, or all those sorts of things, could that also be, could I be looking to binge on relationship? Could I be trying to fill in relationship, which actually, couldn't be filled with food, with binging, and also can't be filled with relationship with another human, but that this has to be a deeper work of connecting with God and with learning how to be more authentically me and to be comfortable with that person. So, could it have other issues? I do believe that, so often we are broken together in relationship and we heal together in relationship. And that's not what I'm suggesting, that I try to push away from people. But I do feel these just deep urges where I'm just just so longing to be connected, or to be treasured or held or comforted. And I'm just wondering whether or not that craving is actually one that I need to try to ride out to. So just lots of thoughts in there, and feeling some discouragement, and really super glad that I'm not eating these feelings away, but feeling them heavily nevertheless. So haven't been able much to open up to others in the last couple of days. I did have a very good but very, very challenging counseling appointment, and just a reminder that those counseling sessions, and we have a very, very gifted therapist that I'm incredibly thankful for, they're just not always easy. And I know that I think right now I'm in a stage maybe of recovery where things probably need to get harder before they get better, and I'm not feeling very comfortable about that, but it is what it is. So thanks for supporting me through that. So understanding the cycle, again, I'm still on that time to eating, just because do feel the pull to restrict pretty heavily right now, which is often kind of where I fall when I'm feeling more grieved or more intense emotions. So that seems to be helping me stay off of the cycle. And rewiring my brain, this walk has been so helpful for that. Just having that time totally disconnected from people or any devices, just to process, to do some really good deep breathing, and to do some of these urge surfings. Now, we've been considering whether or not I need to be doing more of that urge surfing when I'm interacting with intense desires for human relationship too. So where I'm insulin friendly eating, not too much crazy going on there. I haven't even made anything really exciting lately. I made pork chops last night that I took some miso paste, like the Japanese soup miso paste, just the actual miso, and mixed garlic into it, and then put it on pork chops and cooked it, and it was so yummy. So highly recommend that if you're looking to change up your meals a little bit. And sleep, I think my insides are so stirred that sleep is going really, really poorly. And yeah, still, committed to getting to sleep at decent times, waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, having a hard time doing lots of deep breathing to try to help me get to sleep, but staying asleep seems to be a problem. Hydration is going well. Let me talk about exercise. So this whole thing about sweating. So growing up, I hardly ever sweat. I always turn bright red, but I almost never sweat. It just didn't happen. I would hydrate, before, did fairly high level, or quite a bit of athletics, but just wasn't a sweater, but always turned bright red. And now I'm starting to sweat. And I am just so excited because I just wonder if this has something to do with adrenal gland function or, what's happening. But it just feels really healthy to be sweating. So I'm sorry I look really crazy, but I'm really celebrating this whole sweating thing and wondering if increasing my hydration is helping with that, or I don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know. But I'm really excited. I had a fainting condition through high school. It's called vasovagal syncope, where your blood pressure would suddenly drop. And so we always wondered if that was somehow connected to the lack of sweating and the overheating and that kind of thing. But I am sweating now, and I am very gloriously delighted that my body seems to be doing what it's supposed to do when I'm working it hard. So it's my reward. I just so badly just want to be at a place of feeling being able to embrace appreciation, to be able to embrace, experience more and more joy throughout my day in my relationship with God, to be more settled in my relationship with myself, and especially to be well connected and emotionally safe and well with the people around me, and to be safe for the people around me too. So really have been really heavy lately, just considering how hurtful I have been to other people in my close sphere because of the way that I have tried to fill my own neediness, either with food or with the way that I've handled relationships. So yeah, just processing things heavily, and one day at a time. So I hope that you've had a nourishing day, and I am looking forward to seeing you again soon.